John Kohler with GrowingYourGreens.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and if you guys saw the last episode, right, it was at Sin City Farms here in Las Vegas, downtown Las Vegas, showing you guys how a farmer that sells at the farmer's market is actually growing baby greens in his backyard. And this episode is a little bit different. It's also showing you guys how somebody in Las Vegas, actually an established business owner, premier grower of organic wheatgrass, has been growing wheatgrass here in Las Vegas sustainably and turning a big profit actually every year for the last 13 years that he's been doing it. And so what I'm going to show you guys today is just in this house behind me, there's a home-based business that's making $60,000 a year. And whether you guys live in Las Vegas or other places, you guys can start your own little business out of your house to work part-time, couple hours a day, and make $60,000 or more if this business was to expand. And in this episode, what I'm going to show you guys is how to grow the wheatgrass. It's super simple, super easy, and more importantly, show you guys a business opportunity where the owner basically wants to get out of this business. He's established it. He has nearly 100 customers that he delivers to on a regular basis, selling lots of wheatgrass, and you could just literally step in. You could even buy the house as well as the business turnkey and be making money. So maybe you guys live somewhere in the northeast where it snows in the wintertime. You know, it barely ever snows here in Las Vegas. You can see it on some of the peaks actually from standing from this location. But I moved to Las Vegas due to the amazing growing season and climate here. And the cool thing about this business is that this business is literally insulated from the hot desert conditions. No matter how hot it gets, it's still easy to grow wheatgrass because they're actually growing it inside. So let me go ahead into the backyard and show you guys what's growing on today. So now I'm in the backyard of the house, and as you guys can see in the backyard, what you're looking at mainly is like a big kind of sunroom thing with like windows on the side, and they got some skylights up top, and the thing that really makes it happen is up top. They got a huge swamp cooler that keeps it climate controlled inside to grow the wheatgrass year round, no matter if it's 110 degrees outside or no matter if it's like the winter time and 40 degrees outside, they're still able to grow the wheatgrass year round. So this means they're gonna have consistent production all year, and to service all their accounts around town. They service many different juice bars. I mean, they got the Whole Foods account. They're who supply the Whole Foods their organic wheatgrass. If you go into Whole Foods, buy a wheatgrass shot, guess what? It was grown right here, all certified organic, including also athletic clubs. And I'm glad that athletic clubs are getting into the mix now, offering wheatgrass to their clients. You know, and the people, those bodybuilders that are coming in, right? They know wheatgrass is healthy, because not only does it contain the chlorophyll and the different vitamins and minerals and whatnot, but it's super high in protein. And unfortunately, people fail to remember that wheatgrass, I mean, where does a cow get its protein? It's from the grass. So anyways, that's how they're growing here inside. They have a small little, backyard garden here with chickens and actually bees. So they're kind of doing a homestead thing. I got a fig tree. But anyways, I'm here to show you guys the wheatgrass today. So actually, let's head into the climate control room and show you guys how they grow the wheatgrass here in Las Vegas. So now I'm going to take you guys into the grow room here, and basically it's just like a big sunroom with some skylights, and it's got indirect light from the side, but it's actually nice and cool in here due to the swamp cooler, at least 30 degrees cooler than outside. So it's actually nice and comfortable environment to work in. And it's very important for you to be comfortable while you're working, but more importantly, it's very important for the wheatgrass to be comfortable while it's growing, because a wheatgrass has certain climatic needs, and it needs to be within a range. It can't be too cold and it can't be too hot, and it looks like they've had actually a really good success at moderating the temperatures in here, so it's the perfect temperature for the wheatgrass to grow. So anyways, let's head inside and show you guys the seed, the organic seed they're using, because that's where it all starts, and it's really important to get the highest quality and best seed. So now I want to show you guys where the wheatgrass, as well as many other crops, starts, and it's all with the seeds. And I want to encourage you guys, no matter what you're growing, whether it's wheatgrass, sunflower greens, buckwheat greens, or just some kale out in your garden, to start with the highest quality seed you guys can, right? If you start with low quality seed, your plants are not going to turn out right. They may not grow properly, they may grow all wonky, and you're not going to get good production, good yield, and you're going to have, more importantly, inconsistent production. So especially when using lots of seeds like they're using here to grow, flats and flats of wheatgrass trays, they got to make sure they have nice high quality seed. So the grower here, the owner here, has gone through a lot of different trials and tribulations to find the right grower of the seeds and get the highest quality seeds. And I'm glad to say that the seeds he's using here are certified organic, but more importantly than just being certified organic seeds, most wheat that is being grown is actually grown to be ground up into flour. So it doesn't matter how well they germinate. They don't do kind of bacterial testing on them and whatnot. But the seeds he's buying here on the label says these seeds are intended for sprouting. So these are specifically made for growing the wheatgrass like he's grown here. So these are some good high quality seeds. And if I just look in the bag here of the wheat seeds and show you guys these seeds, they're really nice, clean seeds. These are the red winter hard wheat here that he's growing to turn in to all the wheatgrass. So, if you're going to grow wheatgrass, you want to make sure you get the highest quality seeds possible. And, oftentimes people wanting to grow wheatgrass just go to the local health food store and buy hard winter wheat. While that may work, it's probably not going to be the highest quality seed, especially not as high as the stuff he's sourcing here. So now I'm going to show you guys actually the process it takes to grow the wheatgrass, and it really isn't rocket science. And I'm just going to show you guys a general overview. They have many different small specific things that I won't be showing you guys today to really make it work properly. And these are the trade secrets. And the cool thing is, at the end of this episode, I'll share with you guys how you guys can get to know all the trade secrets that they're doing here. But anyways, what Sean, the owner and farmer here is doing, he's basically got one of those big laundry tubs. Normally I see them soak wheatgrass in 5-gallon buckets. That's just not enough wheatgrass to be, soaked in here, because they grow basically 60 flats of wheatgrass at a time. So that one feed sack bag just got emptied into this big laundry tub that he's carefully agitating and cleaning off the seeds by running water through it and then letting it drain out. After he's washed it enough, then he soaks the seeds for about 12 hours to let them germinate until they start to grow little tails. And once the little tails start to emerge, that then goes on to the next step of then planting them into the trays. So just 24 hours after you start soaking and washing the seeds, you end up with another tub that looks like this. And this is started 24 hours ago. And these are those same wheat seeds you guys just saw getting washed. But if you look very closely on there, you can see the little tails starting to grow. So they've now basically soaked this for 12 hours and then let it sat for another 12 hours. And now these wheat seeds have germinated and they're growing. And let me tell you guys, you gotta smell this. Man, it smells amazing. It smells so clean. I don't smell any mold. It's like some of the cleanest wheatgrass I've ever seen grown. And the cool thing about this stage is, you can literally just pick up some of these seeds and eat them. And these are like baby wheatgrass sprouts. It's really hard to chew, but it's really delicious. But when you're eating them, that means you're going to be able to grow less grass. So the next step after the seed step, after they're all germinated, they're ready to get planted into the ground. I mean, what other crop literally can you plant within 24 hours of germinating the seeds? So now I'm going to show you guys actually the next step in growing wheatgrass. And this is not like rocket science. Growing food is really easy, whether you're growing wheatgrass or something else out in your yard. It's just that we're so unfamiliar with how to do things because we're taught reading, writing, arithmetic in school. We're not taught how to grow food, and that's one of the reasons why I have this channel, so you guys get to know this stuff. Anyways, let me show you guys what they're doing here next. Is they basically got these flats here. They're 10 by 20 flats, and on the top here you can see this one just full of dirt, and there's basically nothing in this one. That's because this one is actually acting as a weight to hold down the one below it. So if I lift this one up, you guys can see underneath there, these are those seeds that I just showed you guys that have germinated, right? After 24 hours, they've started to sprout, they're starting to germinate, they're starting to grow, and then they basically place it on top of organic soil that they source locally, and they basically tamp these down and leave some weight on them so that the seeds basically get pressed in to the soil. If you don't put the weight on it, then the seeds aren't going to, grow. The roots aren't going to grow down. They might not make contact. They might have some challenges. So they properly weight this down and basically keep weight on here. Just water them and wait 2 days. And after 2 days, basically what will happen is the seeds will start growing. The roots will start to go down, and it'll start to actually push up the little wheat blade of grass coming up, and actually it's so strong that it'll actually push this tray up. So I want to let you guys know that growing wheatgrass is not a whole lot of work, because literally the seeds know what to do. You just have to be here to monitor the progress, and also, of course, give it a little bit of water, and guess what? Nature happens. So what happens is, you know, this tray was on top, and as you guys can see now, this tray's been literally lifted up, because now we got all these little blades of grass that are actually quite strong. I mean, it's kind of like the bed of nails you see in like the circus acts, where like, you know, a guy will lay on a bed of nails. Wow, the guy laid on a bed of nails. But the thing is, the weight is distributed evenly, and because all these blades of grass are coming up at the same time, you know, it literally has the force to push up this little tray that it's a good pound or two, right? And at the same time, these guys are growing, and the tray over the top also puts darkness on the seeds, and the seeds want to grow to light, which they can't find because it's dark. And then this tray comes off. And once the tray comes off, you guys will see, like on this tray, if you guys look closely at these trays, around the very edge, some of the blades of grass, the baby blades of grass that are growing, are green because they've gotten a little bit of light, but the ones in the middle are mostly yellow and they're not yet greening up. And this is actually after only 2 days of being planted, they're popping up and growing. And then what's going to happen is these are going to sit here for another 2 days and get a little bit taller until they move on to the next stage, which I'll just show you guys in a minute. So it's just so amazing. And check it out, man. I know they got some healthy grass here when I could literally just lift this whole base up, and look at that. Look at all these nice roots that have formed. I mean, this is only like 4 days after they've been planted out. These guys grow really fast, really nice, deep white roots, and nice and really thick. And I mean, I can literally pull this grass up without like having the dirt flow anywhere. So this is like really clean grass growing. So now I want to share with you guys the next stage of the wheatgrass growth, and what you see behind me is literally only 6 days after germinating the seeds in the water. And we could check these guys out, check them out, man. They're nice and greened up now, and there's no like artificial lighting in here. This is all just, you know, ambient light coming in from the window glass, and you guys can see these are greening up really nice. You know, there's pros and cons of using artificial lighting. So, you know, if you're to use artificial lighting, maybe the blades of grass will be deeper green, but they're not going to be as tall, because you know, these guys are going to grow as tall as possible because they're saying, hey, I can't get any direct light, I need to grow taller so I can get more light, right? And so actually I prefer grass that's actually grown under natural lighting. And so once again, this is 6 days, and you know, what other crop could you literally grow from seed to the end finished product that then you sell in just 10 days? I mean, this is 6 days. It's almost done, but not quite. They want it to be a little bit taller. And let me show you guys the update on the root structure. Look at that. I mean, this is just really nice and thick down there, doing really good. Now, you know, 85% of the wheatgrass they grow is being grown to sell for people that are going to be juicing it, because, you know, like a couple episodes ago I went to the Ann Wigmore Institute. So Ann Wigmore made wheatgrass popular with the common health movement now, and made it popular because she was healing people with incurable diseases with wheatgrass. And you know, people know that wheatgrass is so good for you. And you know, the place that I visited just a couple months ago, the Ann Wigmore Institute, serves wheatgrass to people as part of the Ann Wigmore lifestyle that heals incurable people. So really the power of the grass. And when's the last time you guys ate grass, right? You guys could definitely just chew and eat the grass. Like I could just cut this and eat it, chew it up, juice it with my teeth, because our teeth are our best juicers on the planet. That being said, your jaws might get tired because we're not used to chewing as much. So for that reason, I like to actually just about put it through the juicer and extract the rich liquid gold from the wheatgrass, including the trace minerals, including the antioxidants, including the chlorophyll, and all the other properties. Anyways, what I want to do next is actually show you guys actually the finished product that's been growing just about 10 days. And more importantly, once it's grown to full height, how do they stop it or slow down the growth so that they could then sell it to the customers so it's the freshest and at the best place? Because you don't want to get wheatgrass grow too far to its jointing stage, because then the nutrition actually goes down. So after about 8 to 10 days, and this also depends on the time of year, so in the summertime between 8 and 10 days, your crop is ready to be sold and sent out or delivered to a juice bar, or be actually cut and then put in a FedEx box and be shipped literally to anywhere in the country. And you know, the most important thing with the wheatgrass is that you don't want it to grow too big and get to the joining stage, because the nutrition goes way down. So what they're doing here is they're slowing down the growth rate, right? And how they're doing that is with a big, nice walk-in cooler here that they got set on the outside here. It says 48 degrees. So let's go ahead and walk inside and pull out this fresh wheatgrass. Now this wheatgrass, you know, when they put it in the cooler, you could kind of think of it as like hibernation, right? When bears go hibernate for the winter, this wheatgrass is in hibernation. You know, it's just kind of going to sleep because it's like in a dark cooler and it's a little bit cold. So it's, I mean, it's still alive, still growing, still enzymatically active, but just kind of, it's literally chilling out for a little bit. And that's not a bad place to be in the 100-degree weather of Las Vegas. So you guys can see, you know, this stuff could be a little bit taller. You know, they'd like it a little bit taller, but this is at a good point right now for sale, where it can be basically just chopped off and then, you know, juiced. And so if I'm looking at this, you know, I'm not seeing really too much mold down there. It looks like a really good product. And let's once again look at the roots. They're really nice and developed and all really thick down in there. And so yeah, then it's this product that is then delivered, you know, to the different juice bars, athletic clubs, Whole Foods in the area, so they could cut it and sell it to the people that come in. Or also, this is actually just cut and then shipped. So if you can't buy wheatgrass near you, and the grower here always recommends to try to find a local grower if you want to get your own wheatgrass, because it's a lot better than cutting it and shipping it. But if you can't get it, they will definitely do that for you guys. And of course, growing your own is always best, and also going to be a lot less expensive, you know, than shipping in your wheatgrass. And as you guys saw, it's really not that difficult to grow. I think what I want to do next for you guys is actually sit down with the owner and the grower here, Sean, who owns the Pete's Wheatgrass. Well, we'll ask him actually why it's called Pete's Wheatgrass when his name is Sean, and a lot of other things, and actually how you could actually own this very business, right? Sean's been doing this for over 10 years now, and it's time in his life and his wife to move on, and they want to get out of the business, but they have a nice established business that makes $60,000 a year that you could literally just step into. He'll teach you everything you need to know. You turn the key and you're making literally $60,000 a year for working just a few hours a day. So it's really amazing that he's able to do this, and he's the premier wheatgrass organic grower here in Las Vegas. So now I have the pleasure of interviewing Sean from Pete's Wheatgrass here, who's been literally growing wheatgrass for like 13 years now here in Las Vegas as the premier organic wheatgrass grower. The first question I have for you, Sean, is why is it called Pete's Wheatgrass when your name's Sean?
That's a good question. I've got that a lot. When I was in the military, my last name being Peterson, we would shorten names and turn it into Pete. Hey Pete, get this. So I had that nickname, and I just thought it was a catchy name.
Yeah, no, it is. It sounds really cool. It makes it like personal, like you're personally growing the wheatgrass, which actually you and your wife are, which is cool.
Yeah, that's right. We do grow it. We've been growing it about 13 years.
And it's not automated or anything, right? So you're really putting the love into the wheatgrass. And I think it makes a difference for the plants, you know?
It does. If you try to automate it, you're not going to have a computer know specifics about how to adjust or whether or not it might need water now or in 5 hours from now. You know, days change, humidity changes. You want to make sure the conditions are perfect all the time. And just putting the handwork into it, I think, results in a much better product.
Cool. So the question is, why did you start growing wheatgrass in Las Vegas, of all places in the world? Like Las Vegas, I mean, I'm sorry to say that it's not like the healthiest place in the world, in my opinion, and all the buffets, and probably a good percentage of people are overweight here. Not like California. I mean, if you started this business in LA or something, yeah, okay, that's a no-brainer. But here in Vegas, 13 years ago, I mean, wheatgrass wasn't even that popular then. Why'd you do it?
Well, my father is a super hippie, like with the Volkswagen bus, and I mean, the full 9 yards. So he was growing wheatgrass himself, and it was looking pretty good. There were other wheatgrass growers here in town that he would often go and get his product from. And it just was not as good as the stuff he was growing. And it was all about quality of seed and the conditions present. And we just were growing a better product, so I thought, hey, here's a business opportunity. And the other grower did not have some of the larger accounts that I initially focused on. And I guess the rest is history.
Yeah, and you've been doing this 13 years, delivering to like Whole Foods and different juice bars, the Athletic Club, and all these other places. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's been a good business. I never really thought that wheatgrass, you could actually make a living off it, but sure enough, here I am, 13 years later.
Yeah, it's amazing, and I want to encourage you guys out there, who's thinking about going into business for yourself, to stop doing your job that you don't hate, that you do hate, and you could grow something like wheatgrass, microgreens, or sprouts literally almost anywhere, and you could start a business. And I think the biggest part is getting that business started. Growing the stuff is a little bit challenging. You got to figure out how to do it, but even more important than that is actually finding the customers and having long-term customers like Sean has gotten here now for over 10 years. Whole Foods sells wheatgrass shots, and they need their wheatgrass every week, so they're a constant customer, always coming back. So the thing I want to ask you, Sean, is about some growing tips. So growing wheatgrass now for the 13 years, I'm sure you're doing things differently now than you did way back then. Like, I'm sure you've learned so many different things. You want to share maybe a few tips with some of my viewers on what you've learned over the years?
Absolutely. If you're growing wheatgrass, it is critical to start with an organic, high-quality seed. There's differences in wheat. You want hard, red, organic wheat. This is tested to be the most beneficial for us. When you're growing wheatgrass, don't be afraid of it. Just look up videos. You'll find enough tips to soak properly, let it sit for the 12 hours. So it's 12 hours soak, 12 hours just let it sit. Use high quality dirt. You don't need that much dirt. Make sure you water it and keep the temperature right. The temperature is a critical thing. A lot of people, they think they can grow out on their patio and it might go, the temperature variance is going to variate too much and the plant is not going to be the happiest plant.
Yeah, I see that a lot. People want to put up a greenhouse and grow wheatgrass or sprouts or microgreens in their greenhouse, and it's way too hot for a greenhouse. If anything, especially here in Las Vegas, you need a shade house, maybe a greenhouse in the winter time, but definitely you want to keep it cool. It's nice and cool in the room we're filming where all this grass is growing behind us, man. And I could just basically put my bed in here and live out here instead of outside. I could grow so many more things inside here. But another thing I want to talk to you about, Pete, is I mentioned earlier that this business is for sale. Why would you walk away from a business that's actually generating $60,000 a year for you, your wife, and your family, and just walk away from it?
Well, when you've done something for so long, it's kind of time for a change. We've lost, unfortunately, some family members, and a lot of the reasons why we are anchored here to Las Vegas. We were born and raised here, and those reasons, unfortunately, are gone. And with other family actually leaving the state, we are soon to follow, and we are just going to move on to different things.
Wow. And so meanwhile, he has this business here that's making $60,000 a year, and he has all the records and tax records and all this stuff to prove it. So if one of you guys want to just literally come in and buy the business, you could have a turnkey operation. And how much are you asking for the business?
I'm asking $90,000, which is 1.5 times net. Very fair.
So $60,000 is net, so that's how much you make after taxes and all that stuff.
That's right. That's right.
Wow, and you have the existing customers are going to stay with the business, so that somebody that comes in literally in a year and a half, they've paid off the business, and now everything else they're making is profit.
Yeah, that's right. One critical thing with a business is being established, so people know that they can count on Pete's Wheatgrass, that they can trust that they're going to continue to get a high quality product, and they're not going to make a change with some other company when they have an established relationship. So I think, over 10 years delivering to Whole Foods, we've never had an issue. And most of our other customers as well. There's a lot of hotels here. There's a lot of floral applications for this as well. The business is not just wheatgrass alone. It is a lot more than that. It's a lifestyle. You always have your hands on the healthiest, freshest wheatgrass there is. You get to get your hands dirty, do a little gardening, which I love that. I love to plant stuff and watch it grow. and really to visit these customers and bring them a product that is high quality, that they really appreciate you bringing it to them. It's a symbiotic relationship that's nice. It feels good.
And the amazing thing is, right, you're not even working full time, right? How many hours a day do you work normally?
Yeah, so usually about 3.
3 hours a day?
Sometimes 5, yeah.
That's 7 days a week, of course.
Yeah, well, I take a day off here or two. Sometimes I'll put in a 5-6 hour shift so that I can take the following day off. It's really all about how you structure. There's a certain number of things that need to be done, and it's really, it's up to you when you want to do it.
Wow, so it sounds like you're making a full-time income for literally like working part-time.
That kind of is what it is. It sounds spoiled, and I don't mind spoiling myself. If you have a good business, you might as well take advantage of it.
Right, and that's great. So if you guys have been looking for some kind of other opportunity and to get out of your job, maybe move your family to Las Vegas, Sean is looking to not only sell the business, but also the house. So you want to say a few things about the house, Sean? I mean, I know the backyard is actually really, man, I could grow so much food in the backyard. It's nice and large.
It is, for Las Vegas, a half of an acre is a really good sized property.
And no HOA, right?
That's right, no HOA.
Amazing.
You're completely free to do whatever you want here. I do enjoy that. I enjoy the freedom. Half-acre house comes with the property. That's part of the beauty, really, of having this business, is so that you can work and live right where you're at. There's no commuting. There's no driving, having to get to work on time, you know. This is a half-acre parcel. It's a 2,500 square foot house. It's 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, single story.
Wow, so I think that's definitely an amazing opportunity for somebody, one of you guys out there wants to move to Vegas and just literally start fresh and start a new business, start an established business and keep it running. You know, Sean here will train you to make sure that you're on point so that the quality, consistency can stay the same, and he'll show you guys how to do everything. I mean, the other thing they do here besides just delivering local is that they'll sell online, and you know, Sean has been kind of like, kind of mellow, wanting to just keep the business going, but not grow. But somebody that's really into it, that has some energy, some spunk, could really get in here and expand the business and sell even more and start shipping wheatgrass all over, because he already has the established facilities and connections to grow the wheatgrass. So, Sean, is there any other things you'd like to share with my visitors today before we go?
I hope you guys get to grow exactly what you want to, and if you grow wheatgrass, I hope it turns out perfect. If it doesn't, you could always call us. If you're interested in a business opportunity that is real, where you have a house and a business and you're earning enough income to pay your bills, and you don't want to be in your current position, or you just want to improve your life, we're here.
Wow, yeah, this is an amazing opportunity. I'll put some of the contact info down below for you guys. You guys could get in contact with Sean here. And if somebody wants to learn more about your business, what's your business website? If somebody here in the local area wants to order wheatgrass or whatever.
You can go to peteswheatgrass.com. There's 3 phone numbers on there. You can call me directly. You can call our sales line.
Great. Sounds good. And that's pretty much a wrap. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode today, learning how literally you could grow wheatgrass. You know, actually, I've been to another episode I haven't aired yet, actually. A guy's growing wheatgrass and has a wheatgrass business out of his garage. He converted his 2-car garage just to grow wheatgrass. And, you know, I want you guys to grow whatever you can, wherever you can, whether that's inside, in a garage, in your kitchen, grow sprouts and microgreens. As you guys saw in this episode, it's really not hard to grow wheatgrass. What is hard is to figure out all the intricacies and set up an established business to sell it. And that's what Sean is offering here for you guys. He's done all the hard work. You just got to keep it growing, and you could be cashing out at $60,000 a year. And that's actually a really good income here in Las Vegas, because the cost of living is significantly cheaper than places like California, which is where I moved from. Also, be sure to click a thumbs up if you like this video, right? If you click the thumbs up, I get a lot. I'll come back out and visit Sean and go more into growing wheatgrass and all the little tips and things he's doing here, which is quite amazing. Also, be sure to click that subscribe button right down below to be notified of my new and upcoming episodes. I'm coming out about every 3 to 4 days. You never know where I'll show up or what you'll be learning on my YouTube channel. And finally, be sure to check my past episodes. My past episodes are a wealth of knowledge. Over 1,300 episodes at this time, viewed in excess of over 60 million times. And so you'll never know what you'll be learning, and all the information that I share with you guys on how you guys can grow your own food, whether it's fruits and vegetables or even wheatgrass at home, and even motivate you to start a business for yourself and stop working for the man, because I think we all need to be entrepreneurs, because that's what makes this country strong, is all the entrepreneurs, in my opinion. So with that, my name is John Kohler with growingyourgreens.com. We'll see you next time, and until then, remember, keep on growing.